probably between 3 to 4% on general. Everything is going up, everything. I mean, Pepsi products are going up, bread is going up, meat has doubled the prices. Chicken is like, you would not believe. We used to buy chicken wings for one price and we're paying double right now. So it is going up. In terms of the portions are actually, we try to follow guidelines from the health department and FDA. They require us to serve a specific amount of food. We list the calories for each amount, and even though maybe sometimes the staff go a little bit higher than what they're supposed to, we have to control, and we're comfortable enough to tell you that you're getting between 5 to 7 ounces of protein, if not more. So we're confident that the portions are what it needs to be. A burrito, believe it or not, almost weighs a pound. When you get a burrito in there, it weighs a pound. That's more food than what you're supposed to be serving. In the deli, you get a minimum 5 ounces of protein between the cheese and the meat. And the recommendation is actually 4 ounces or less. And we're right now doing between 4 and 5. So the burgers, they are 5.5 ounces each burger. So if you add the cheese, which normally is another ounce, you get in between 6 and 7 ounces of protein. The recommendation is less than 4. So the portion is actually what it needs to be. And I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but even in the hotline, when we portion the salmon, we portion it at 7 ounces before it's cooked. So when after it's cooked, probably 5 ounces of protein. That's more than the recommendation. So we follow guidelines. We can't just go and put 8 ounces of product. And probably that's where if you go to a restaurant and you get a burger, they serve you 8 ounces of burger. Yes, probably they don't. That's not the correct portion that we're supposed to be serving. We have to follow it.
Thank you. So concern number 2, this is directed to operations and facilities. Students are concerned that the cleanliness and maintenance of the bathroom, the dorm bathroom, is not good. Students also feel as though the work order being responded to in a timely manner. For example, the 4th floor bathroom shower stalls with mattress, I believe, only have 2 working shower stalls, and I think it's been almost 2 weeks now.
Alright, hello everyone. So to address those 2 issues, so as far as cleaning goes, as you guys probably are aware, our cleaning schedule was definitely modified in the past 2 years with all the COVID guidelines, but we restored everything back to pretty much what our original schedule was, which was first thing in the morning, come in, do a quick once over cleaning the restrooms, basically getting them ready for you guys in the morning so that you can go in there and get ready before class, that it doesn't affect the morning schedule. And then we return back during the day to do a full cleaning of the bathroom, top to bottom, full disinfection, everything, the whole 9 yards. If there are concerns, definitely put in the work order as far as cleaning goes. Facilities announcing bits and that you can do, just so you guys know, that's our email that goes directly to our work order system, and anything that gets sent to that email address will go directly to the appropriate manager so that they can take care of it. I haven't heard too much other than the notes for this meeting as far as cleaning concerns in the bathroom. But if you reach out to us directly, I can put you in touch with one of the managers, and they'll take care of whatever issues are out there. Like I said, I'm not aware of any issues that aren't getting addressed in a timely manner as far as cleaning goes. But definitely let us know. I mean, Javier Rodriguez, he's our custodial manager. locked out of the room, we're going to try to dispatch staff to that stuff right away. Whereas, if it's a broken drawer or something in the dresser, we're going to schedule it depending on what the other work orders in the system are like. And we're going to try to get to it as soon as we can with the staff that we have. But I can tell you that nobody's ignoring anything, nobody's not taking care of anything because we don't want to. We're trying to get to everything as soon as we can. Our staff, they're not sitting around not doing anything. As far as I've seen, they're doing stuff nonstop, and it's just a matter of scheduling and prioritizing. If anybody has any concerns with the timeliness of something, again, you can reach out to our office directly, you can email me directly, any one of our managers, or Michelle Maria, who's also our office manager. She handles the scheduling and responses to all the work orders. If you have concerns, you're wondering, hey, I put in this work order 2 weeks ago, nothing's getting addressed, what's going on with it? Give us a call or shoot us an email, just ask the question, and we'll let you know what's going on. But I can tell you, all the people in my office are more than happy to answer your questions. And if you ever have an issue with responsiveness or communication, you guys can email me directly as well. I'm always responding to anything like that.
Thank you. Concern 3. So this concern is directed to IT. Many students have noticed that the Wi-Fi seems to be going out often, and some students are unable to complete exams/assignments due to this.
We feel that there was a problem in Founders Hall earlier in the semester where we were running out of IP addresses. This should have been resolved in the last couple of weeks. And from what we see, there is no problem with that anymore. That doesn't mean that there aren't any other problems. We are more than welcome to have your help figure this out. So what do we need to know in order to help solve this problem? When you make a report, right? We need to know who you are, when this happened, because knowing what happened 30 seconds ago, we do a lot of stuff, but if it's sometime yesterday morning, it's harder to pin down. But so if you look at your watch and say it was at this time, it's very helpful. What you were trying to do, in other words, what the error is, like you can't connect, or I was connected and I was disconnected, or something like that, whatever the problem is that you see, what SSA ID users, it's often insecure, often they're overlooked, those have different problems or different solutions. And finally, what device you're using. Is it the phone, is it your laptop, is it your watch, whatever it may be. Those are things that will help us solve this problem. We're also doing a wireless update for controller tomorrow morning, which shouldn't really have an effect except on the door access points that we put out. We have a plan to replace all the wireless access points on campus. We have them in stock, and we're going to work through that with minimal disruption to what's going on. That means we have to change them all in the dorms and in every building. So it will take us a little while to do that. That's it. Manny's here also. You guys probably know Manny better than you know me. But those are the things that you'll need to do.
Thank you. This next concern is directed to student affairs. Would it be possible for commuter students to have a meal plan similar to the ones residents have? The students feel as though they're running out of money a lot faster since some of them do spend all their day on campus and cafeteria prices are rising.
Okay, I'll answer. How are you? So yeah, a couple years ago, actually, 2 years ago, right before the pandemic happened, we looked into a similar question and we started to do a survey and look into what our neighboring schools are doing for the commuters. But when we revisit that, I know I've spoken to the commuter assistants and they brought up the same concern about the commuters running 100 money super fast. In the interim, though, I do encourage, and this is for anybody, you can continue to add money to your card at any time by logging on self-service and uploading money. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they're still doing the 20%, right? If you upload $100, you get an additional 20% and $100 added on for free. So and I don't know if students actually know that. Maybe you can do more publicity so students are aware, take advantage of that. But certainly we can look into what else we can offer to commuter students. But if anything for now, just upload the money as needed, take advantage of the 20%. I'm going to have our commuter assistants reach out to some of our commuter folks to see what kind of things they have in mind and what our neighboring schools are doing to accommodate our commuters. Okay.
Thank you. This concern is directed to operations. Students are concerned that it is now almost November and they still do not have their keynote norms. Are there any updates on a keynote?
So yes, I was definitely expecting this question. Here's what I can tell you guys. So first off, I'm in facilities and in operations, everyone's dealing directly with Keno and making sure this gets done. But I have all the information for you guys. I know what's going on there because I've been involved in it since probably the start of the semester, even traveling back over there. Your guys' frustration is probably a fraction of our frustration. And a lot of it goes back to the city and their protocols and the way things are. Everything leading up to the start of the semester, we had the building lined up, everything was good, ready to go, and it was just a matter of approvals, inspections, and final sign-offs and everything to get the TCO approval. And at every corner that we get to, there's another hurdle to jump over, something else that the city throws at us. And unfortunately, we're at their mercy. That building was 3 through 5, have been ready for movement physically for a while. But we can't put students in until the city says it's safe to do so, or that they certify that it's okay to give this TCO. The big thing pending right now is the fire department. Leading up to all this, we scheduled everything based on our experience with the city, and honestly expected them to move a little quicker than they actually are. Our expediters, our architects, our contractors, and everybody at this college who's involved in this building has done everything they can to help every commissioner, higher up. We've had people on this campus from the Department of Buildings and from Con Ed that I didn't think ever left their office, trying to help us to get this done. Right now, we're just left the fire alarm. We're waiting for the fire department to schedule the inspection for us to get a date and get that approval. And look, I'm not going to sit here and give anybody a date because I don't know it, but I do feel like it's right around the corner. Once we get that approval and inspection, we should be able to obtain TCO and start getting people in this building. So what I can tell everybody is, look, we are frustrated and we are anxious, beyond anxious, to get the people who are expected to move into this building in there as soon as possible. And we're doing everything in our power to do so. And look, I know the operations office will put out updates as soon as we get the information. And we're able to get you guys in there, but we're all going to be jumping for joy and happy. And can't wait to tell you. And once we do, we'll definitely let you know.
Thank you. The following concern is for academics. Nursing students feel that they're not being heard by the nursing department. Some freshman nursing students are currently not enrolled in their chemistry classes, and they want to know what their options are and what the department can do beyond offering tutoring, which most students have already done. The students feel that the curriculum is constantly changing and they're not always kept informed of any changes. For example, some students said they had a class and their professor said it left.
Yes, I know some of you, and I think, and I hope you know, I always tell you the truth, but I've been very honest that we have had many challenges in nursing over the last few years. We are addressing and absolutely committed to resolving those concerns. We have a brand new dean of nursing, Susan Nicole. She came to us from Iowa College. She's been at New York University. She's been at the College of Mount St. Vincent. She hired me 18 years ago. She's absolutely committed to turning this program around. It's going to take time. One of the things she put in place was naming a director of undergraduate nursing. And I don't know if most of you know him yet, Dr. Jordan Yakby. You should bring any concerns first to Dr. Yakby. If they're not resolved, you should then make appointments to speak with Dr. Nicole. If then you still need to discuss your concerns, then please make an appointment with me. And it's been a challenge, and I appreciate your patience. We're going to turn it around now. We do have a curriculum change. It is such a better curriculum that students will be very happy with the outcomes. I can't answer questions about why we changed the curriculum in the past. All I can do is tell you that now we have a much better system in place for supporting students through their education and then on to successful completion of the NCLEX licensing exam. I think the other question was about chemistry or not chemistry. That's a tough class, and I know that nursing freshmen are having a lot of issues in that class. I see my own son starting high school after being remote for a year and a half. I think students all over are having challenges. I encourage you to keep going to tutoring. can meet with Dr. Moore to talk about what other resources, strategies he has to suggest how the college can support you through that. Chemistry is tough. I will tell you what I got in my high school chemistry class because it's not pretty. I encourage you to use smart thinking, the online tutoring system that we have for chemistry courses, and just persevere. It is not easy, and we found that students who can get through those natural sciences courses succeed much better in the actual nursing courses, especially the clinical courses. So we'll bring any concern first to Dr. Yappi about particular courses or instructors, but in the natural sciences courses, Dr. Owen and I can kind of work on plans to see how we can offer you best support. I mean, it used to be anatomy and physiology. That was the particular challenge for students, because that was the first course that students took. You know, I have flashcards in my office. I think we need to think about how presentation works and how we accomplish different resources. But again, in the science courses, you know, me and Dr. Owen are always willing to meet with students to talk about how we can help you support you.
And in full disclosure, with tutoring, two of our strongest science tutors, one professional got a full-time job and one graduated. So we are on the horizon right now. There is a wait list, for chemistry, for tutoring. So if you're really strong in sciences, we'd love to have you. But yes, I know we don't want the answer just for the tutoring, all right? But smart thinking is available for those of you that don't know what that is. In the meantime, it's on your campus. It is available 24/7. And so if you have questions at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it is, you can go on there to ask questions. The only thing is you can't say, I don't know chemistry. Okay? There's not much to ask. Just the questions, just the problems you have. And so that is a manual right now that you can use. And certainly Dr. B and I can talk to the science department about the long-term what chemistry means for all of you.
And the colleges are there. We need to have procedures for formal complaints or concerns. But you guys know, Gabrielle Monroe is around, Dr. Monroe is around to listen to you and kind of commiserate and see what issues we need to address. So I encourage you to speak to us, in and out of office.
Thank you. So this concern is directed to athletics. Student athletes are concerned that it's now been a couple of years and there has been no updates on the baseball field. In addition, when we look out in September, the soccer field collapsed. So students want to know what was updated to the field. Will that happen again? Can the return field itself?
Thank you. All great questions. I'll address the baseball field first. And when we talk about baseball, we're talking about baseball and softball field as well to help both of those teams. It is a joint venture with the city of Yonkers. And I can tell you, since I came on board about 18 months ago, the project is now back on track. Some pushing from Dr. Burns and from Kevin has led us to some meetings with the city of Yonkers. And I'm actually on an email chain and have met with the city of Yonkers where their architects and their engineers are now in discussion. The bid process is underway. Our maintenance people have been back out to clear the field and get it ready for new construction to begin. So I'm happy to say that project is now back online. And again, like Ryan, I can't give you a date, but I'm on an email chain with the engineers, the people of the city of Yonkers, and the architects with Kevin Grove.
And I can say, I believe we're expecting that field construction to be underway and completed either spring or summer for use in the fall. That is our current timeline right now that we're pushing for.
So we're excited about that, and as a former baseball player in college, I'm very excited about that as well, for us to have a home field. As far as Marillac is concerned, we had an unfortunate situation this fall where we were excited to actually start playing some home games. We had a terrible storm. We were all affected by it. There was nothing our facilities people can do about the sinkhole that occurred. They did do a great job of getting it ready for us within 2 weeks, which I thought was pretty quick. I thought we'd be off in at least a month, so we're grateful for that. As far as that field and what people think about it, and we all know it's a beautiful setting, I can tell you that our new president understands what is needed there, and we're talking about things, but please keep in mind that it can't happen that quickly, and the best welfare of our student athletes and our greater campus community will be taken into consideration as to how to fix that field and as quickly as possible.
Thank you. At this point, we'll be taking questions from the audience. If you have a question, When you are given the mic, please state your name, year, who you're addressing your question to, and your question. Don't be shy.
Hello, Ms. Stevens Administration. How are you? Hi, this is Sean. I don't know if you can see me behind the mask. My first question is regarding the Maestro running wall. I want to know why some of our cohorts are walking on 4 legs. We have issues with rodents in the building that have been occurring for all 4 years that I've been here. From spelling to Maestro, I actually collected 4 mice last year, and I'm still hearing that the students are finding mice in their rooms and are forced to host other students to sleep with them. From the scratching on the door to the eating of the snacks, it's a lot to address.
Oh yeah, that question's gonna come my way. So yeah, look, with rodent and pest issues on campus, we do have a process in place for it. We don't want them on campus, we don't want them in the buildings, and we don't welcome them. Unfortunately, we are in the New York City area, or the Five Boroughs area, and they are outside, they are surrounding our buildings. And we have and will continue to do everything to keep them out of the buildings. That includes sealing up holes, that includes preventing food waste and stuff being laying around. We have our exterior traps. We've done as much on the exterior of our buildings as we can to keep them out. Unfortunately, if doors are left open or if they find other ways in, there's not much we can do about that except continue to battle it and try to prevent them and exclude them from the buildings, which is why we have an integrated pest management contract here on campus. Just so everybody knows, we have a team that comes out once a week, every Friday. They respond to every work order that is entered. I know I've heard some concerns from students about, when I put in a work order, all somebody does is come lays a trap, and then, that's the last I hear of it. Now, every time I've looked at one of those issues, our team has responded to the room, and maybe you haven't been there or haven't seen them respond to the treatment and stuff that they've done, but they do come every week and go to every room for every work order. Yes, we will send somebody from our office to lay down a trap in an effort to catch it or, track where they've been until the company can come out on Friday. Now again, if there's a major issue, we do have the ability to call them in outside that Friday schedule. And again, it's our office's discretion to try to determine it when that's necessary. But what I can encourage all of you guys to do is put in a work order. Anytime you see one, every time you know where it's at, put in a work order with as much information as possible. Location, time, room, is it in the AC unit? Is it coming from somewhere else or under the door? All that information is helpful, and every time that company comes out, they're going to look for issues. They're going to look for sanitation issues, is there food left out, candy wrappers, food wrappers, uncovered food, and they're going to report that stuff back to us. So we report that back to Res Life so that they can work with you guys as residents to try to clean that up. And on the flip side, they're also going to look for structural issues. If there's any holes, any penetrations, anywhere where they could possibly be getting in, they're going to report that back to us, and we put that work order around the sides of our maintenance team to seal up any holes or anything like that. The only way we're going to address it and fully get them out is if you guys report the issues to us and give us as much information as possible. I can tell you, nothing good comes out of it being in the building for me. I want them out as well. And the more information and more communication you guys provide to us, the quicker we can respond to it and get on it right away. And again, if you guys feel that something's not getting addressed, reach out to our office again. We'll try to give you an update where it's at. If we determine that, it needs to be elevated to a different level, or if we need to do a special service, we can. We have in the past. We've done mass trappings. We've done full inspections of buildings, and we've gone through and done things above and beyond. If it gets to that level, we can absolutely do that again. All right, so.
Thank you, Director Anderson.
Hi, my name is SGA Town, and I'm a freshman, and this question is about parking. So as a commuter, the parking sometimes is really bad, especially on Tuesdays. I can never find a spot, and although it is nice to be able to park at boundaries sometimes, I just wish I had a spot and I wasn't going through the parking lot, through all these cars, trying to at least drive through the parking lot, because all these cars are double parked, parked in the fire lanes, or not where they're supposed to be, and I can barely even get through. And also the lack of stop signs, especially on days like that, it's really hard, especially when you can't see, because all the cars are parked park in random places. Even in general, like when the cars are parked like that, sometimes, like there's no one stop sign, but like on the other, like for the rest of the parking lot, I wish there were more stop signs so cars would be going, almost colliding with each other. And I just like wish there was like another parking area for, especially commuters park, and like there's no paid to the residents, and I know some of you guys need to like park in Villa because there's no spots at the dorms, but if there could be like a lot of like residents park for commuters to park, just like more spaces for students, having enough parking spots for parking permits and stuff like that, not giving out more parking permits than space there is. Because it's really hard when I had to go to class, and I was late to class because I couldn't even find any parking. I just wish there was more parking available.
I'm more than happy to answer the question. Parking is very good, but it's the same as in any other parking lot. You can go to any municipal parking lot or a commercial parking lot. You pay for parking. Sometimes there's even a sign that says no more spots available. Okay? So here at the college, being that there is limited parking, we always recommend that the students get here ahead of time for class. If you were to try to be here 5 minutes early, that will never give you enough time, because even if you park the building and there's a spot there, you're never going to get to your class in 5 minutes. If you can't find parking, we also ask that you call the main gate at 718-405-3434. You can request the assistance of the security supervisor to help you find the spot. Okay, so if there is no spot there, we can certainly help you find a spot. At the beginning of the semester, there is a lot of mayhem because sometimes people don't follow parking rules and they park anywhere. We've made it very clear through documents and other emails, if you have a pass for Maryland, you can park in Maryland. If you do not have a pass for Maryland, or say alumni, Spelman, and so on, you cannot park there. We're more than happy to assist you to find parking if you cannot find a parking spot. Okay? You can just call us. If you, for some reason, you don't get a response from the main gate, you can certainly call us at 718-405-3722, which is the main office. Now, the response will also depend on what the security supervisor is doing at the time. So everything is on a priority basis. If he's answering a fire alarm or an incident, or there's a sick student, sick employee, that's going to take the priority. But we're still going to try to help him. As far as seeing cars parked in the fire lanes, yes, that is done at certain times to relieve the lack of parking and trying to make it a little bit easier for students, particularly on Tuesday. Now, Tuesday is like the heaviest day, and that is based on the schedules of the classes. So you're going to have a lot of students, a lot more traffic there. We also have students that are here from the schools. Okay? We also have changes as to where some employees used to park before when they park now, because they've been moved from, say, one building to another. Okay? But we try to work with that, and we try to help you as much as possible. We're there to assist you, so you can call either one of those numbers. Okay, 3434, you call in internally, 3722, or by adding the area code next change 718-405-3434 from the main gate, which is 24 hours. Okay? Whenever you have a security issue, please call that number first, because 3722, which is the main office, is not 24 hours. It's regular business hours, Monday through Friday. The main gate, 24 hours, 7 days a week. We understand the parking issue. Believe me, I can tell you, going until the 20th anniversary, parking is an issue that you're not with. Okay? So we try to make it work. And always at the beginning of the semester, there's more stress and tension because you have new people who don't know where to park. You have people who, without any bad intentions, park in the wrong place. These things happen. We enforce the rules fairly and equitably. Okay? We do look for policy violators. We booted a car on the very first day of classes. because this particular car had approximately 12 tickets from the year before. And they decided on the first day of classes to park in an employee parking spot. So there are certain things that are out of our control, which we hope that you, as students, report back to us and let us know, hey, I went to alumni, I have an alumni pass, and I can't find parking. Okay? We want to be fair to you as well. You have an alumni parking pass. We don't want someone that doesn't belong there, parking there, taking the spot that you're entitled to. So we also think of you as our eyes and ears as well. Okay? And for an issue like that, you call us 24 hours. Okay? Call the main gate and we will respond. Right? Any other issues, you can also email me directly, or you can also email CMSP Security. We'll just populate your search bar. Okay? And we do review those emails.
Thank you. I also have one more question about having a student medical center on campus, because there's an experience my friend had, like to go to urgent care, and she's a resident, so she has to find someone with a car to get her there. And the urgent care in Riverdale urgent care was just not good, and she was waiting there for 4 hours, whereas if she had a place on campus, maybe she could have saved those 4 hours and have care that's good for her, not just like some random place where that's, you know, focusing on like people who have like, because she's at her place, like they were focused on giving people COVID tests, so she has to wait, whereas on campus she could get things done more directly because she's a student. So I was just wondering, even like in general, like if a student just is feeling sick or fell down somewhere and they need immediate care, there should be a student medical center.
Thank you for the question. So it is something that I too am concerned about, and so I've asked the leadership team to do some study of what it would take and what it would look like, and how can we work with, for example, our nursing and soon-to-be physician's assistants programs to offer such services on campus. This is where you're going to use it. I don't have time yet, because we do have to study it and see what we can do and offer in a way that students will take advantage of. I know that the Mountain has had that here in the past that was somewhat underutilized, and so we have to be very careful to do a study of how can we offer services in a way that will be utilized by students. So it is on our attention, on my attention.
Thank you. Can I add that any student in terms to this needs help getting urgent care or non-urgent care to let her know and no one should be looking for a ride to urgent care for anyone.
Yeah, if there's an incident where you need to get to urgent care, I have a board to work with. We also have a partnership with St. Joseph's Hospital as well. I have direct contact with one of the CFOs there. So if there's a need, an emergency, contact us. We'll also Uber students, so it's, pay for it and we'll get you there and back. Don't be afraid to contact any the residence life staff. If you're a residential student or commuter, just come let us know and we'll get you care that you need.
Hi, I'm a sophomore. I have questions for dining services. I know I'm probably annoyed you guys last semester with this question, but can we get more vegan options in the cafeteria? Preferably more like cooked vegan options. Right now there's just like frozen options, and there's like the black bean burger, which I have had a few times, and it made me sick every time. And besides that, there's just salad. So is there anything else or that I expect any vegan options?
Well, every Friday for lunch, I do a vegan lunch. Every Friday. And to be honest, that I put it on Instagram, I send it out in emails, and it goes really, really poor. Really poor. The People Station also has a lot of vegan options. The beans is vegan, the rice is vegan, the chicken base, all the lettuce is vegan, everything is fresh made in-house. So any vegan can have that stuff. The salad bar, everything is fresh there. We make the beans, we make the quinoa, we make all that stuff in-house. At the deli as well, we have the chickens there, the olive oil grilled in-house, the lettuce, the tomato, everything is done there. We have the lactose vegan cheese at those stations as well. You just have to ask them for it. And anything else that you want, you can just come to me, and I can help you. I've gotten the Beyond Meat for the People Station. Just went to the garbage. It was a special about 2 weeks ago. It was an LTO, the sign was right there in front of the station. The more we know about you, the more I can help you, and I will let you know so you can do this day, and that day, and the more I know, the more I can help you, but if I don't know, there's not much I can do. Thank you.
We try, just to answer a little more, add a little more. We try to add the biggest items to the station. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not good enough. And that's, to Veronica's point right now, we started doing on Friday the biggest session, and we've been doing it for like 3 to 4 weeks. And it's not utilized. So that's why it's important. We're not expecting it, every student will be in the day of this Friday. So if any student needs a specific data or specific items that you're looking for, if you come to see Veronica, we can get you almost anything. And if you're going to purchase it and need it, we'll get it. One student came to us and said, can you have the unneeded and the data session? We went to get the unneeded, put it in the session, we put all the advertising we could, and then I gave it. Now we're saying like, okay, so now we're going to use it again. Now, if we know it's one student, then we can, our cooks are trained that if one student needs to begin food, they can come to do gluten-free. They can come that day and say, listen, can you give me gluten-free pasta? And the only people who ask you is that you have to speak to the manager or Veronica the chef. But we will get anything you like.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabby Fortunes. I'm a sophomore. My question is about parking as well, but it's a little different. I was wondering if there's a way or maybe in the future that sophomores that live in Mastro can be able to park as well in the 11th Mastro parking lot.
Can you repeat it?
Oh, sorry. If sophomores that live in Mastro or alone can park as well in the alone parking lot.
Okay, so basically the lottery that we have, is held. People put in for it. We set up the lottery, right? The numbers are chosen. We have the lottery, and the students are able to choose where they want their parking pass. Right? With the exception of seating. Okay? The seating is, you don't have parking there for students. But you're always given the choice. If you can be at Spelman, but if you want a parking pass from alumni, you can request that in the lottery. Okay? Now, when we have something left over from the lottery, we also make that available. So I don't quite understand.
I was told, and I know other people, that you can only be a junior or senior to enroll in that lottery.
It's juniors, seniors, graduates that are in it. If there is a reason for an exception, we'll make that. Okay, but you would have to let us know what it is that you require. Okay. When I came in, those were the rules for the lottery. I'm sure it's something you can also discuss with student affairs as well. If there is some sort of exception or exemption that you see, and we're more than happy to work with you. Okay?
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Renee. I'm a senior, also at SGA, and my question is about the shuttle buses. So I commute all the way from Queens, and it takes me forever to commute here. So one thing that I noticed about the morning line is that there's an 11 o'clock pickup time at 242nd Street, and the next one is at 12:30. And I was wondering if there could be like an extra time slot, because I know this is like the time that people go on break, but it's severely inconveniencing because I have a class at 12:20, and that's the
always been organized in conjunction with operations and student affairs. So I'm more than happy to address this with operations and student affairs to see where we can improve for the benefit of the students.
Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Kaiser. I'm a senior, and this question is for guidance services. I just want to know if there's a possibility of you guys making certain stations open longer, because there's certain stations that people really do enjoy, and they can't really get to enjoy it because they close at a certain time. And also, I was having a concern with allergies. There's some people who have allergies, and some of the time the ingredients aren't always, placed out in front where people can see whether they can enjoy the food or not. So they find it kind of unfair. So I was just wondering if you guys can, do something to change that.
Well, I do my best to, put on the bottom, walk out, put up there. And I know sometimes if I use sesame seeds for garnish, I don't necessarily put it on the sign, but I'll keep it in mind and make sure I write it on the outside. Most of the time it's not put inside, it's just right on the top, but I will make sure I write it. And I don't use sesame oil, so it's not in the food itself.
In terms of even the stations open later, right now we're kind of limited in staff. We're going to have a hard time finding staff. The deli closes at 8:30. The hotline closes at 8:30. Pizza stays open all night, and salad bar stays open all night. I know the only station that I know some students have requested is Pico. And we've been trying to work, but we haven't been able to find somebody to do it. But we will continue, and we even asked, because last semester we were able to stay open to like 6 o'clock, instead of, right now, 4 o'clock, so it's kind of early, it's not normal for dinner. But the staff member that's working in that station cannot longer stay past the hour. So as soon as we can, we're going to try to keep it open for dinner. If it's not this semester, we definitely will work on it next semester to stay open.
Thank you.
Hello, this question is for operations again. I just want to speak to the recess indicated at the entrance of campus to the end as you come in. I want to know if this is a safety feature, such as a speed bump. If it is, then I would like for it to be highlighted with some reflectors. If not, then it will be repainted anywhere in the picture.
What is your question?
I want to know how you suffer from that every time you come to campus. Every time you drive here, there's a depression in the pavement. Are you guys planning on repainting that, or if it's a safety feature, or are you going to add any sort of highlighting?
So, this was something years ago, if I remember correctly. We actually did the we tried to fix it a little bit. Due to the grading and the way Riverdale Avenue is, the way our campus is, and the drainage and everything of the city, I think it's as good as it can be.
Okay.
That caused some drainage issues, flooding, and everything. You have to redo the infrastructure on the wrong side, on the Riverdale Avenue side. I'll definitely pass it along to our operations team as far as future repairs to see if anything that can be done. But if I remember correctly, this has come up in the past. And when we did have to fix it a while back, we fixed that apron entranceway for as best as we could with the city who was there. So I think it becomes more of an infrastructure and drainage issue on the city side that we have to work with.
All right, so then, being that it's understandable, can we put some sort of highlighting? Reflectors, yes. So because it's damaging to vehicles, it would be nice. Especially for older vehicles.
I'll pass it along. I'll see what we can do. I mean, as far as maybe some clean marking or something there to make it stand out. I do know a number of people that have low cars. I mean, and I've seen them bottom out when we go fast. I know if we go slow, we won't bottom out. But, it's got to be a balance between, definitely taking it easy, coming to campus, and also what can we do to try to highlight more until we're able to fully prepare if we're able to. So we'll definitely look at that passage.
All right, thank you for doing this.
If anybody has a 6 o'clock and has to leave in their former club, just check with Juliana as you leave, and Emily's also out there just to make sure your club's getting marked.
Sure. Sure, yeah, and we don't control the Wi-Fi carriers stuff. Although we do have some more now in the neighborhood street. But that's not something we can control. Sorry.
This concerns regarding services. This came to mind in relation to the allergens. I noticed that sometimes you guys do serve shrimp. It's right next to the other proteins. I know oftentimes see some go into the other protein. So I just wanted to know when shrimp is served, it can be placed on the opposite end so that the allergen is away from holding up proteins that may be mixed in with people that are ruining that allergen.
Well, it just is talking about the action stations.
Yeah, the kitchen.
So you want it to be on the opposite well?
Yeah, remember you guys had shrimp, chicken, beef, and shrimp was right there was a tail of the shrimp going into meat. So I want to make sure that that doesn't occur. Because even,
Well, I'll make sure that he's paying more attention to that, than all the servers know as well, to keep everything separate. Everything should be in separate containers, nothing should be touching it. Everyone should be using the time, the spoon, whatever it is to take it. So I will talk to them and make sure everyone's paying attention